Hello and welcome everyone, this is Sadok here and I'm about to stream this lovely game which is about to happen here. Okay. So yeah, the guys here are trying to pick a map for the game and yeah, Mitrelat summed it up pretty nicely, I guess. Well, okay, seems like they might need a bit of help here. Uh, Good evening. Dan, how should I address you? Art of Dan? Logic says Dan, but uh, okay, I'm a bit puzzled what to do here. Uh, okay, so these guys really don't know what they want, so let's pick something. Uh, let's pick something better, maybe. Uh, okay, seems like I have to just. This might be a bit hard. Oh, they actually want to play this. Okay. I think we showed Decay last time. Uh, One of the games that was played there. I think it's a bit difficult map, but let's hope they can manage. Okay. Right. So why doesn't it show anything here? Don't get it. But it will still work. Everyone is picking the locations. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of bummed that we won't play Tale of Two Lands today. I hate that map actually, but I would really love to see people trying to build there because it's always a bit strange and something new. It's a map where you can, well, you have to share a space with all your teammates in your team. You have four storehouses basically next to each other, so it's a bit tricky, a bit hard map to play. You have to coordinate with your teammates. Whatever. Maybe it was clean. So we're almost here. I mean, almost there, and Indian is difficult. This is going to be fun. Sometimes it's a bit hard to understand our friend from China. Indian is difficult because of the outbreak. I think this word wasn't translated properly, but probably related to pandemic somehow. But that's as far as my Google Translate untranslating skills go. Anyway, yeah, we're starting here. Map called DK. And we've got a lot of TeamSpeak players here, but we've got two players I never saw in a game. Arthur and Hangxin. Hangxin seems to be from China, actually, if the flag tells us correctly his nationality. His ping isn't the worst, but I think it's pretty okay for a Chinese guy, so will be a nice thing to see. Player from another community of sorts, because we really rarely play with Chinese guys, especially those that don't live in Europe, for example. We've had a couple of guys from China that actually live somewhere here. For example, we've had Ka. I also think Rafe was living in Europe, but I'm not 100% sure. So sometimes we played with those guys, but from the ping I can guess that he might be in China indeed. We'll see how it goes, I guess. Also curious about Arthur. While Hansen is completely unknown in this lobby for everyone, Arthur at least knows each other with the other people, so I don't know him, but I think there's a chance he might be a bit better player than Hansen, but let's not judge them prematurely. This map may be a bit of a challenge, actually. So it'll be interesting to see, especially these two players here. So I think I'll mainly focus on them for a lot of time. Okay, this doesn't bode too well. Oh, wait a second, this is a slow start map. Okay, for a second I thought that they're gonna make the ins because they wanted to make them, but yeah, okay. I'm sorry for doubting their abilities. Anyway, we can see. It's hard to say how the balance will work here because I really don't know much about these two players, so it's pretty possible that I made a critical mistake in trying to figure out what they will have. To be honest, I think that team 2 might be slightly better on paper. Maybe I should have swapped these guys with each other to be a bit more on the safe side here, but I guess no matter what I will do, it's pretty hard to balance a game with two unknown players, so I guess we'll see later. So far I can't really say much about them. They're just building some extra roads and waiting for the inn. Nothing out of ordinary, I would say. Oh, this in placement is a bit tricky. I'd say it should be probably a bit closer to the storehouse. I can't really explain to myself why he did it like this, especially that the traffic will go towards, in front of school. Although by the time this building is actually needed, it might not be an issue because there might be a second way to get there. So it's maybe on a map like this, it's not. Yeah, I mean, in general, it's probably not that big of a problem. Oh, look at that. It's really going for these roads for whatever reason. Probably. I'm not sure if he was planning to do that, but whatever. In the meantime, you can also see that Hansen is going to the bottom of the city, most likely to be able to make a woodcut on the bottom as quick as possible. A bit crowded here. In the meantime, we can see that Bullet, I think he's playing on a power block, so he probably had a bit of an advantage with the amount of servants and builders here. Because he finished 2 quaddies already, same as his counterpart in the other team, Mitrelas, and they're going for the woodcutters. Pretty similar stuff they're trying to do right now. Mitrelas seems to be going for the gold mountain on the top here. To be completely honest with you, I'm not sure if this is actually a good idea because he has to go for the coal anyway, so he's gotta go there or there, and since this is quite far away, I have my doubts over whether it pays off to go here for this gold mine alone, but he's probably also hoping to have a good woodcutter here. Not sure if it's that good, but doesn't cost him to do it, and it's going to plant something here maybe, so should be kind of fine, even if there's not enough space for this. He's probably gonna make one more woodcutter here, so there's a chance he's gonna go for the gold like this. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe he's planning to make the gold smelter here. I don't get it. Anyway, I got a feeling that he might make some farms here, maybe. We'll see in a while. But going back to our sorry, not boss. We can actually take a look at boss because it will be rude to go away from his base on site. I don't want him to think that I found his base so repulsive that I had to immediately look at someone else. But yeah, let's take a look. Going for the gold. Nothing special so far. I mean, nothing interesting, yeah. It's hard to say nothing special, especially when the base is so fresh. It's right after the start of the game, so I'm not going to judge anyone just yet. And everything looks fine so far. You can see he's going for this forest on the right side, and seems like HUD is lagging. Doesn't happen too often. Okay, didn't expect that. Thankfully it's not me. Okay. Okay, sorry for this crunching time. Anyway, seems like our lagger is already going for the gold here. I like the planning here so far.
Hey, wake up. Hey, wake up.
Sorry, anyway, I was about to show Skelly's base, and it's also pretty compact. Just look at this layout, it looks pretty lovely. Might be pretty good idea to put the farms here. I mean, it's kinda tricky But I think he's gonna cut these trees down and he'll plan entire base in this area using the right side of his location for some woodcutters, maybe some farms, something like this. But we'll see what he will decide to do later on. Mitraillas. Don't really understand this, as I explained before. But, I guess we'll see what happens. Arthur seems to be going to the top now. Can't really say I mean, I can't really say that I see any major mistakes so far, so seems like he's doing okay. Tries to keep his base compact, that's for sure, as far as he can, obviously. I'm wondering where he plans to make the iron production, probably somewhere here. He's got a lot of space on the right side, by the way. He's probably gonna have to use it later on. I don't know, I would probably try to make the farms on the right, somewhere here. Make the main city here and try to go with the woodcutters to the far right. But obviously you have to mind these forests and you have to remember to keep your base somewhat small. You have to build these buildings for sure. Yeah, I think his idea isn't too bad. Not quite sure about the farms here, but he has to make them somewhere. This is quick enough. It's probably going to work pretty well. Now another here. Interesting. Okay, let's take a look at Hank's Inn. It's going pretty big, I'd say. A lot of roads here. It'll be pretty interesting to see what happens here. Fifth quad, yeah. At least for now, it seems like he knows how to build. Even if some of the choices can be a bit strange. For example, you can see that he made the school right in front of I mean, in the center of everything that happens here. He made this quad here, which will become a problem a bit later on. Wait, he can make the road here. So he definitely should make one. I'm pretty sure he can make it. Make a shortcut here. But you can see that he pays attention to the roads because he made this road here quite early. And yeah, I mean, if you place a building like this, then you have to do this, I guess. So it's not too bad. Although I'd probably make it a bit different way. I guess we'll see. This looks a bit funny. He made a completely different road for this woodcutter and for this stonemasons. Maybe he's planning to make some buildings here soon. You can see he's actually planting here. Thought he was cutting only. Anyway, I can also see that he's really getting all the fish he can. We can see about 30, maybe 40, 30 fish here. Unsure about this one, but it's at least 30, 50, 60 fish here. 20 more, maybe 30 more here. Interesting. So he's taking a lot of fish. I'm not sure though if these are not Kurgans. He's got this one though. So it's pretty interesting. I don't think the author of the map intended all these lakes be taken by his log, but I may be wrong. I don't want to check the editor right now. But let's take a look at Kungan anyway. You can see layout already. A lot of roads here. The farms will be on the left side. Probably the center of the city will go here. Already going for the iron production. Meantime, we can see that boss decided to make the farms in the center on the bottom of his base. It's a pretty good spot, I think. Probably going to make some big farms here. I'm not sure yet. Unless these are going to be farms. There's also such a possibility, but it's hard to say right now. He has most of the coal on the bottom though, so pretty sure he's gonna make the iron production in the center here. Okay. Mitrelas should get the reward for having the most building plants in his base for all the players here. I can't really see anyone competing with him on that. You can see he's got 5 woodcutters, yeah, which seems pretty nice. I have no idea why he's doing this right now. Kinda seems like it was a mistake. Oh, now he wants to make a road like that. So that's interesting as well. Gotta say that I find his road work pretty peculiar. I have a feeling that he doesn't feel too well on this log, and he's a bit slow with some things, but I guess we'll see later on. Maybe I'll be mistaken. In bullet space, seems like not a lot is happening somehow. I think he's just keeping it to the bare minimum and making his builders you know, just busy enough, not too busy. You can also see that his roads is a bit better than in Mitrelas's case. Might be how does his coal look like? He has the possibility to take some from here, which wouldn't help Mitrelas that much. The way he was building, at least. Perhaps. No, looking at that log, I start to think maybe it would be better to make the core of the city on the right side somehow. Then you can go with the farms to the left, like here, and with the woodcutters somewhere here, for example. Could have worked a bit better, you know. It seems like he made the opposite decision, and he kind of wants to make the buildings here, but he's gonna be blocking himself off with the woodcutters and wasting some time for making the plans. I'm not sure if I like this. And you know, if he was building towards the right, he would probably be a bit faster, need the iron, and the base work a bit more naturally. I think this base will have some problems with the serfs not being as optimal as they should be because of this planning, but I guess we'll see later. Let's take a look at Skelly. I think it's fine, the idea that he has for this base right now. Interesting that he's making the meal so fast. I don't think there's a problem with food on this map, which probably means that he wants to do some different kind of strategy. What possibilities does he have here? He doesn't have more than 3 arm mines, so I'm really surprised with this. No, I really don't understand this. It would make some sense if he made it second or third, but the first building. I rarely see people from TeamSpeak playing like this, so it's a bit strange. Maybe I missed something regarding the map settings, but like I said, it doesn't look too bad. The amount of food here. But anyway, yeah, I'm really puzzled with what happens here. There's not a lot of farms, but he keeps expanding them, it seems. His iron isn't that much faster, so I would say that he's... wait a second, he seems to be making iron spam kind of base, because he's only making 5 shields right now. What is that's the feeling I have here. So probably he's gonna go for X-bows maybe, but or pikes, but then what's I don't really understand what he plans to do his second kind of army. Maybe he tries to rush for scouts, but it wouldn't make any sense here. Nah, not with so many, not with so few farms. With 5 farms, which seems to be what he's aiming for, and these farms being kind of late at that. And the second stable technically after the meal. I really have no idea what he's going for. Yeah, this is going to be curious to see. Definitely. So yeah, pretty strange base coming up from Skeletor. We gotta keep an eye on it, you know. Maybe let's take a look at our Chinese friend again, because I'm really looking forward to see what happens here. Seems like the map is a bit hard, but not that hard for him. The base kind of makes some sense. Maybe I'm a bit not happy with the way how some buildings are a bit too far away, you know. You could try to make these farms here, maybe, I don't know. But he's got to cut down one of these forests on the left or on the right at some point, because he's gonna lack space for more buildings, I think. Interesting, actually, idea to put the farms in this place. I think it might actually work. You can see he makes pretty long roads. He forgot a shortcut here, unfortunately. Barracks in this spot. Interesting. It might be not that bad because they're gonna go towards the bottom, so he can just put the waypoint here, and with some lag they will avoid the busiest area in the city. Yeah, he still didn't fix this problem, which makes me think he can't, but I'm pretty sure he can make a shortcut here. But it doesn't look like he's got a problem because of this. But this space is pretty interesting somehow. It doesn't seem like there are traffic jams in this base. I think this path may be working pretty nicely somehow. Uh, the fact that his base is a bit bigger makes the serfs spread around it a bit. Which maybe makes them so specialize a bit. I don't know. It seems a bit different playstyle than what we usually do, so I mean the planning is a bit different. So I still have a bit of a problem to understand this. He also missed the road here, which makes me think that this might actually not be intended to be here yet. Perhaps this is only a shortcut to make them... Ah! Okay, this is pretty interesting. I think our friend from China actually wants to use roundabouts as a mean of routing the transport. This is pretty clever. And these roads are only needed because it's easier for the serfs to work on the intersections with such extra roads. But I still don't understand completely how these roads are supposed to be working. But there's some truth in the fact that if you don't make an intersection in a busy place, potential busy spot, then the serfs are not going to walk here, and there will be less traffic jams. This is pretty clever. Nobody from our community is doing stuff like this. Okay. Really interesting. Anyway, if this works better than what our other players here are doing, I cannot really say. You can see that actually, when you look at Kungen's base, there's a pretty similar way here, because you can see that oh wait, now okay, so I have no idea if this was deliberate or just a mistake. Okay, maybe I'm looking into something that doesn't even exist, and maybe it was just a mistake. It would be funny, but okay, it's probably only the fact that he didn't want to make the third one in the middle, so the serfs can still deliver to this one. I'm not sure what's the point in such a spot, at least. But anyway, maybe let's switch to another base. We've got how many? 23 minutes to peacetime. Kungen seems to be going for some standard kind of base. Going for at least 7 farms right now. 2 stables at once at the same time after 2 swine farms. In gold a bit? Interesting. Where's the second gold smelter? Ooh, this is pretty late. I don't know what's his plan, but he definitely has a problem with gold. Whoa. take a look at Bullet. This is a guy who doesn't have a problem with gold, but he might have soon. We can see this base is pretty compact and pretty nice looking. Although there are some strange spots, like here, for example. Seems like his base is pretty much almost complete. Just need to make the ladder production to finish it off. And he's going to be fine. Mitralas, 6 farms. Still waiting for the barracks to be built. Interesting. Slightly slower than Bullet, it seems. Whoa, he still doesn't have the second iron smithy. Okay, this is pretty disappointing. Bullet has all of them, for example. Yeah, maybe my feeling that there's something wrong with this planning was actually a bit right. I don't know. Yeah, pretty strange way he's building here. It's impossible to say. I mean, look at the other bases. You can immediately say where's the middle of the base and the buildings, and where are the farms and woodcutters. Same here, or here, for example. And then you look at the Chinese guy's base and you have no freaking idea, because you have no buildings here, and you have the farms on the left, and you have the iron production here, and you have the rest of the buildings here, and you have a lot of unoccupied space here and there, and the woodcutters are planting the trees everywhere there. And then there's the mountain in the middle, which doesn't help too much. It's really interesting way to build. He's going to have some army, that's for sure. Pretty nice amount of horses, 2 stables. But doesn't seem like he's making any ladder units, which is a bummer. I wonder what he's planning to do now. I mean, right now it doesn't really look like he's gonna have enough troops because he's making iron only. But on the other hand, this is a location with 4... might be 5 actually iron mines. So perhaps that's his plan, to invest heavily into it. But I think he's a bit late with that. Yeah, definitely his plan, but you can see he's not producing this, by the way, which is quite bad. Yeah, seems like iron only base with some horses. I'd estimate that in this time it's probably gonna make about 20-25 horses, 2 stables. Yeah, there's a lot of time still, so yeah, I think at least 20. That's what we're gonna see from Hanxin. I just hope that he's gonna make some other units as well, because right now it feels like It's hard to say. I mean, yeah, he definitely doesn't make any ladder. And doesn't look like he's planning to. Anyway, let's take a look at boss. Yeah, standard compact base. Wouldn't say that anything is out of order there. Aiming for at least 30 solving peacetime. Finish off his armory workshops. Seems to have a similar amount of iron as Bullet, which can't be bad. But slightly less than Harry. Let's take a look at the others here. Oh, Mitrelas is way behind. But that's because they're bringing all the stuff right now, so it's hard to say how much behind he is, if he is at all, but I think he has still way less than the guys on the bottom. Skelly is somewhere near them. Yeah. Probably Bullet's level? Yeah, something like this, I guess. Or slightly worse. Hard to say. Hanksin. Yeah, I gotta say I'm a bit afraid about his army on peacetime right now. Let's take a look at Arthur. Nothing special to be honest, but oh yeah, pretty similar. But the difference is that Arthur actually makes leather, so he's going to have a pretty standard army, it seems. Maybe a bit tricky for the top team to fight against the bottom. When Arthur has better army than Hanksin, at least it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty obvious it's gonna be like that. We could say that Hanksin is horse rushing, but it's a bit hard to call this a horse rush when there's 30 minutes in the game and he has about 8 horses. Looks way less powerful that way. Depends if he can speed up his iron production, but doesn't seem like that's gonna happen. We don't understand his plan here. Yeah, it seems like this base could be a bit better, no? Anyway, Bullet. Yeah, it seems like he's quite bold already. The only thing he lacks in this base are towers, probably at this point. So a couple workshops, yeah, one more workshops maybe. Yeah, let's take a look at Harry now. Yeah, you can see pretty nice base, around 8-9 farms. 8th one is getting built. You can see that the base makes sense when you look at it, you know. Yeah, it's pretty lovely, I'd say. Slightly big. I should have fine leather and definitely iron. Let's take a look at Arthur again. Some interesting combination here. But what's even more interesting is that he doesn't make any horses. So it's not as powerful as it may look. He's not even planning to go for any. Actually, I think might need some light here. Anyway, those that remember what happened 1 week ago, we've had a 6 vs 6 game on beta version of KaM Remake. I've heard a rumor that a revenge game is going to be played in 2 weeks, I think. I think it might have been 8th May. So I'm hoping to be able to show that one. If it's obviously played on same time at least, or something similar maybe. Anyway, okay, it doesn't seem like Michelas is that much behind, although it depends to whom we compare. Yeah, he is a bit behind, especially compared to the better iron producers in this game. And I gotta say that for a power lock, I would really expect somebody to try and make the horses. So, oh wait, but is this the power? Yeah, it seems like the power lock. Yeah. I was a bit confused for a second, but really, it's pretty uncommon to see something like this. You can see the swine farms are basically full with pigs and skins here, so he's kinda trying to make a really spammy base with a lot of leather. I have no idea why. One thing is for sure, he should have no problems with food at all, but then you can see that he's really lacking the second butcher. And he doesn't have storehouse, which means that these swine farms will stop producing stuff soon if he doesn't do something about this. He definitely needs a second tannery and second butcher, or the marketplace needs to start working and changing the pigs into something. I'm really wondering, I'm really curious to see what he wants to trade here, because I have a feeling that he's gonna trade pigs for horses or something like this. Could be a bit ridiculous, you know, but maybe it's not a bad trade, because you still need the leather jackets, and that way you can make pig spam to have really nice leather production and some sausages, and the excess will be traded away for something. Skelly seems to be going for Iron Rush. Kind of not. Interesting tactic. He went for mill, then he went for stables, then he went for swine farm. With 5 farms. They gotta say the resulting army. I mean, let's compare. Okay, let's compare to maybe boss. He's got 30, 40, 55, 69. Compared to Skelly having. I'm really bad at counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 11 is 44, 46, 88. Nice number. So yeah, 88 iron weapons and armors and shields and stuff. Not a lot more, I gotta say. But then maybe it's worth it. We'll see what kind of army he has in 4 minutes. Definitely a lot of horses, not a lot of shooters and infantry though. So doesn't seem like it's worth it, but I guess he might also need some kind of trade to be up soon. Pretty interesting tactic, but I can't really say that this is effective. It's gonna be nice on horses, but apart from that, I'd say it's not that great for this level. Anyway, we can see Hangxin's barracks. Yeah, it seems like yeah, I'm very reluctant to call this a horse rush because this is simply not powerful enough. You, I'm pretty sure you could see some players on the other side. Maybe not on the other side. Having a similar amount of horses, okay, maybe we can't, but this is not such a big difference, you know. Um, Look at what Skeletor was able to do, for example, with having 11 horses, and compare it with this. Yeah, Hanks' army is not good enough, and frankly, I have no idea what's his plan regarding this amount of farms here. I have no idea. Maybe, just maybe, he wants to make more and more horses, but then his iron production ain't gonna be fast enough. So yeah, let's take a look at the other place here. Mitras without horses at all. Skelly would... I think this iron rush would be a bit better, but the horses are not bad. Hanks with bad horse rush, unfortunately, and Kungen with 12 horses. Yeah, standard army from Kungen, but a bit lacking with swords. Then we've got Bullet with pretty nice army. And even better from Hari, I think. And then we've got Boss. It's okay, but maybe nothing too special, but it's pretty solid, I'd say. Better than his counterparts on the other side. And then we have Arthur, no horses. I have a strong feeling that this game is going to be pretty short. Seems like the bottom team is way better. To me, at least. But everything can happen, I guess, because we've got a horse rusher. And it seems like everyone's about to find that out right now. What a bummer. Yeah. These stats look really not so well. Yeah, I really regret not switching around R2 with Hangsin right now. Would have been the right thing indeed. Just like I said before. Even seeing what happens here. Anyway, I suppose I'm supposed to make a lobby because I was the host. Yeah, that's no worse thing than having such a difference of players. Yeah, didn't intend to do this. Anyway, I think I'll take a little break. But I think after this game I'll try to stream one more because it's not good enough game for me, you know. It's easy to see what will happen here, so I'm gonna go and try to put myself into another lobby while we're at that. What do we have here? Okay, I got myself into another lobby, so we're gonna have another game soon. Okay, now he he sees me in the other lobby. Anyway, still waiting for Harry. Ah, but it seems like Harry's internet is a bit worse these days. I don't remember him having problems like this. Okay. This is probably a good time to get something to drink in the meantime. I wish I had some Knights Merchants news to give you in the meantime, but I probably have none. Although I had some rumors that we might have a new beta pretty soon, but I don't want to comment too much on the rumors. So perhaps the next game we show in a week might be played on a version which is a bit more final than the one we saw a week ago. I'm trying to contact Harry, but seems like he's still dead. Oh, he's on TeamSpeak, so he's yeah, he's in game as well. Could he play? Okay. Let's grab something to eat first. Like I said, sorry to spoil it to you guys, but I'm pretty sure that the top has no chance. But we'll see what happens. Okay, there we go. You're hoping that there's not going to be any ping issues regarding our Chinese friend here. Let's take a look at the Fog of War. Seems like Mitraillas is using some cheap units, having no horses. Yeah, I gotta say I'm really disappointed about Mitraillas' performance. No horses on a power lock. It's not good enough for this level, I think. Kungen's army reminded me more for power lock than what Mitraillas had, I'm afraid. But I'd have to make sure when all the troops come out. But on the other hand, Kungen doesn't really have that many iron units somehow. Yeah, not all of them went away from the out of the barracks, probably. Yeah, seems like pretty similar scouting for both teams. Okay, this is another lobby, so I'm gonna silence the second one for now. The second lobby is playing on Inception. Oh, so it kind of looks like exactly the situation 2 weeks ago, where we showed Decay and then Inception. Didn't plan this, but kind of funny. Okay, so what's the deal here? We've got... am I lagging or not really? It's fine. So yeah, we've got the top team trying to surround the bottom somehow. Doesn't look too bad. I mean, if Mitraillas and Skelly attack here right away, it might actually be pretty good. And seems like the orange player is gonna help them. They go 3 versus 1 on him. Ooh, kind of versus 2 because boss is split towards these two fronts. Seems like they're kind of fighting. They're pushing really hard, Kungen here. But I think Kungen is the kind of player that can try to defend even against such good players. So let's take a look at what happens here. It's probably going to be a massacre, and they're kind of going all in against Arthur and Boss on this front, which will make it even more interesting to see what happens on the right side here. I think, yeah, you can see Kungen doesn't... Okay, this is where he starts fighting. I think the bottom team should really fight in a bit different way. And on the left side we can see that Boss really doesn't know what to do. Or maybe he just keeps these troops for later, but then why isn't he shooting with this? This is not too good performance from him. And oh, you can see Harry is going to catch these horses. Damn it. Well, he managed to divide the troops, but it's a pretty critical mistake. But he's going to own it up and try to attack these guys from the back, or maybe not. Yeah, not worth it. Critical mistake from Hanksin. Pretty bad. He was pretty close to catching these guys as well. Yeah, it seems like Kungen's troops are no more. But I don't know. I don't think that Skelly and Mitraillas did enough of a good job on the left side to erase what happened on the right. And yeah, and you can see that Hanksin really doesn't know how to fight here against these players. Harry caught his horses with non-horse units without much problem. This is a real shame to see. But I'm pretty sure that with more games with us, he will be able to show that he can also fight pretty well. But you know, it takes a lot of time to learn how to fight, so it's not that much of a surprise. You can see Kungen is still trying to have some defense against Harry and Bullet, even if Bullet's troops are pretty much standing inside his base. So let's take a look at what happens on the left side. Archer and Boss are going back, but Mitralas and Skelly don't have enough power to attack here. And given how Kungi doesn't have a teammate who can actually support him. Yeah, somehow the ping is way worse right now for Hangxin. But also for General Star. Interesting. Whoa. Okay, it seems like it might be the last game for Hangxin with these guys. Mm. Okay. Okay, seems like this is over, like expected. So probably can switch to the other game soon. Yeah, I'll just do that. Okay, everyone's quitting there, so yeah, like I supposed what happened there was that the bottom was way better. Still, the attack of their top team was pretty neat, and if Hanxin did it a bit better, like helped on the left side very quickly, and then everyone could move to the right, it could be really deadly. So it was pretty nice idea, but I'm guessing that they didn't have Hanxin on TeamSpeak, which can be a problem. Anyway, in this game we've got Inception as the map, and the teams are as follows. On the left side we've got Evil Papagali, Stocky, Sausage Party, and Gamer. While on the right side we've got SevQ, Progress, Final Super, and Fuzz. So, what can I say about this map? Let me take a quick look at it first. Pretty open in the middle. Seems like there's a kind of a fashion for open maps these days. I can't say I dislike it. This is pretty nice, actually. Anyway, looking at Stocky right now. It's still the start of the game, so not much is happening. Okay, maybe just like 2 weeks ago, we'll try to pick one player and focus on what he's doing for the entire time. Okay, let's try to randomize it. SafeQ, okay. So we're gonna focus on SafQ's base today. So let's take a quick look at 12 minutes in the game. He's got 4 quarries and 1 woodcutter. Okay, I'm starting to feel I will regret this choice. Okay, I'm sorry to say that, but I have to randomize again because looking at what happens here right now, I'm pretty sure that Sefki will have a horrible base. I'm really sorry to say that. But with 1 woodcutter only and so many buildings already, he completely doesn't care about making more wood. And this map isn't that forgiving. Yeah, he'll have a lot of problems here. So let's try again first. Okay. We've got 2 woodcutters here, but you can see that he's going for wood and making a lot more of them. So yeah, nah, I like this much more. So let's stick to this. Gonna go for the first farm on the right side. Got 5 stonemasons. This might be a good idea actually. I mean, at this point of the game, at this stage of the game, 4 would be enough probably, but we might have a lot of roads to be built, and you can see he's lacking the stones and storehouse, so maybe for the time being it's not the worst idea to do this. He's got 2 sawmills already, which is pretty interesting to be honest. I mean, yeah, it's pretty fast. So the 6th woodcut is gonna be built on the right side. I think he's not doing the worst job here regarding. I mean, yeah, he could micro his builders a bit more maybe, but it's hard to say right now if. Oh yeah, he's sending them here now. Yeah, it's kinda. I'm not sure I like it. I wonder if I'll have more viewers if I was drinking alcohol like that. Anyway. What might be furthest plan here? Probably gonna make a farm on the right side. Oh, the iron production here is kinda weird. To be honest, I would probably make a road like this and go for the woodcutters like that. But then he had to catch this. Yeah, it's actually better this way. Seems like he's gonna go for this straight away. I think this is the right decision because he has to go for this coal anyway. Yeah, so he's actually probably going to make 2 farms here and save some space for the trees for this woodcutter. Still, I gotta say that maybe it would be a bit better to try and focus on this gold. Although it's quite far away, but yeah, nah, it's a bit too far, probably. So maybe it's actually the right choice here. Pretty weird location. There's a really great distance towards iron, and this probably completely justifies the fifth stonemason being built so early. Mm. So yeah, he's going to go here. 40 minutes remaining. It's pretty nice time for iron, I think, especially on a block like this. I mean, assuming that his serfs would be able to bring the resources quick enough there, but given how some of them are still standing still, it's possible that he will have no problems with this. You can see that at this precise moment he's not building any other buildings other than the iron mines. Which kind of makes his serfs work pretty well right now. Although in his place, I'd probably make the road to this woodcutter. He's gonna need that one soon. I'm also a bit surprised that he's going. Okay, he's making the plants only. So he's waiting, actually waiting for the serfs to bring the stuff here. So okay, you can see he's focusing mainly on the iron production right now. It's pretty early to make this building, but he doesn't have anything to build right now anyway, so it might be a good idea to do this. He might want to make a third sawmill though, although there's gonna be only one cutting woodcutter pretty soon, so actually two might not be too bad right now. You can see that there's barely going to be any logs transported to these two buildings in a couple minutes, so yeah, maybe he can still wait a bit with the third sawmill and focus on another buildings. Although I don't think he's gonna make this farm so soon. A bit surprised, but yeah, definitely gonna need a couple coal mines on the top pretty fast to start this iron production as soon as possible. It's not the worst timing here. I mean, the farms could be a bit better maybe, but he's working on this, so should be fine. Not quite sure about the. Yeah, but he's able to make some extra gold mines here, so yeah, it seems okay. Also, you can see that his planning here is pretty good. You definitely need that road soon to transport the iron at least. Looking at the complete silence of the chat, I'm wondering if it's been working correctly. Seems to be working, but let me just check real quick. Okay, seems to be working. seems like he's finishing up his uh, first swine farm, and it's probably a good time for this actually. I had my doubts, but you can see that his corn is almost cut, almost getting cut here. So the building is ready at almost the best possible moment. You can see that he's going for the iron smith. I mean, armor smithy. I have my doubts. Okay, but he has some coal mines on the bottom as well, so it's kind of going to work. But look at this Holypill road here. It's really bad. He definitely should make a shortcut on the right side somewhere. Actually, the proper place for shortcut was here. Or maybe here instead, but I'd rather make it here probably. I mean, it's not going to be a huge problem when these coal mines are up, because most of the movement will happen here between these buildings. But still, everyone going to the quarries by the road. I'm not sure if they have to go by the road to these buildings. Probably in some cases they have to. But you can see that this area is pretty bad when it comes to the traffic jams. So this is a definite mistake from first, that he didn't make a shortcut somewhere here. Seems to be connecting the woodcutters on the left to have a bit more. Might be not the worst idea. I mean, it's these woodcutters are going to start cutting pretty soon, so it might be a nice point of time to make some additional ones. You can see him making some shortcuts here, or rather preparing the iron smithies than the shortcuts. It's almost 30 minutes left, so it's he's probably aiming for something like about 30 swordsmen on peacetime, or perhaps some other combination of iron troops without swordmen. Looking at the farms, I'd probably guess he's gonna go for 6 farms maybe, and this probably means very late stables and 3 swine farms right away. That's my best guess at the moment. Maybe the second iron smithy. I mean, first he needs some coal mines, and then this iron smithy will be actually usable. But he definitely needs to step up his coal game, because right now he's got only 2 coal mines. Only one of them is actually working right now, so we've got already 3-4 buildings. Yeah, he needs to make let's say at least 3 and probably 4 in the near future. Sorry for this. But he also needs to focus on his farms, so it's kinda tricky to do everything at the same time. He made his third sawmill, so when he actually will start cutting a bit more trees, and it just happened right now, he's gonna have enough buildings for this. Okay, so what can we judge from what we see? The farms could be a bit better. I mean, it's really a shame that he didn't make this farm earlier. Maybe could be a bit more planted space here, but he has some time to fix this. Like I said, terrible traffic jam on the bottom of the city. I really don't understand why he doesn't try to fix this somehow. Providing alternate way for the quarries, for the inn. But you can also see that the planning is pretty unfortunate here because there's like no shortcuts towards the bottom from this road, and there's no buildings here, so the movement happens here, here, or here, and it all kind of meets here, and there's little of alternate roads to work here. This shortcut didn't even start working yet, and I'm not sure how this mushroom will work. Maybe this shortcut is actually unusable, but it's hard for me to say without checking. So I guess we'll see in a while if. But yeah, Surf seem to be using that route, so the shortcut is fine. Anyway. Definitely needs to focus more on the coal right now. Seems to be going for a mill. Interesting. I'm not sure if it's necessary. This makes it less believable that he's going to actually make the stables anytime soon. Which is kind of a bummer. Let's take a short look at his nearest opponent, Stocky. We've got 5 farms here, we've got stables coming up and 2 swine farms working already. This is a bit better than what Fertz has in his base, and also I believe that Stocky has some success in producing iron weapons, so it doesn't seem too bad. In fact, looks a bit better. And you can also see his base is having a lot of better road work. You can see that the base is actually designed well because the buildings are in one spot, so it will more or less be working correctly with the roads here. While in Ferris' base you have a big patch of unused land, and this is never good for business. Not to mention this area on the bottom, which is definitely a mistake as well. Anyway, seems like he's making the standard combination of troops, so probably swordmen. The problem is I don't see horses on the horizon here. And somehow he's having some wood problems? I didn't really expect this to happen, but maybe he needs that 4th sawmill indeed. Maybe there's some service problems. 60, it's not that bad for this moment. I mean, it could be way better, but 60 should kinda work. I think there's a bit of a problem here, like I mentioned many times, and I really don't understand why he doesn't even notice this. It's pretty obvious that there's most of the movement in this city happens around the stonemasons here, so there's definitely something wrong, and It's one of most obvious things that have to be fixed in this base before it starts working better. Other than that, not a lot of stuff is happening here. You know, I think I might try to switch to someone else. Perhaps to Stocky, because we already looked at his base before. Maybe I actually start going around all the bases, because we kind of know where first base is going. It's probably going to have about 30 on peacetime. And we noticed some mistakes there. Let's try to spot some in Stocky's base, although I think this might be a bit harder job to do. Seems like he just built his third swine farm and trying to make the barracks. Doesn't seem like he's got a fourth sawmill yet, which could be really handy. As you can see, it's pretty complete here, and seems to be making bikes, at least right now. Oh, actually, I'm not sure if I can call this complete, because he still doesn't have the second armor smithy, and probably gonna make a second weapon smithy as well, given the kind of troops that he's making. Although it's not sure yet. Perhaps he's going to switch to shields and swords in a while. Seems the barracks could be a bit earlier. It's got a lot of iron weapons in the storehouse. It's going to be a real big queue to the barracks pretty soon. Okay, I think I need a little break, so be right back. Okay. Long time, trash. So we've got 40 minutes till this time, and you can see that while I was gone, Stocky was trying to bring the stuff to the newly built barracks, and he's still bringing it. What else can we say about this city? Seems pretty much sticking to the basics. Only 6 woodcutters, 7 farms, 3+1 setup with swine house and stables. It's pretty standard. Trying to expand a bit with the 8th farm here. Also, I'm making the 3rd iron smithy. Probably not going to go for the 2nd weapon smithy, because the idea was to make pikes up until a point, then switching to swords. It works pretty well because you can still keep making. But why does he make iron shields in both these buildings? I have no idea. Okay. now I get. Yeah. Still waiting for stuff to be brought from storehouse. So when he brings it in, the amount of armor is going to match the amount of pikes. So yeah, you can see that he made 20 pikes, and now he's switching to armors and shields and swords. Well, he definitely needs some. Yeah, but he already has enough for his horses. So this is how it looks like. I can estimate he's probably gonna have 11 minutes, about 15 swordmen, with some of them having horses, obviously. And the leather looks pretty nice, actually. Already 23 jackets and 13 bows, and he's still making the workshops here, so it's gonna get even better. The armory workshops seem fine, but I guess he needs the 3rd one right now, at least, mainly to be able to start producing some shields. But later on, with 3 swine farms, he's definitely gonna have enough skins to make the 2nd tannery, which is almost happening. Yeah, it's happening right now. By the way, this is pretty interesting road. Yeah. Had a feeling it will go like this. So waiting for the resources to be brought to this iron smith. Interesting. You can see this base is pretty basic, pretty small, and very compact. It's very textbook like. What happens on the right side here, you can see that most of his buildings are on the right side. There's a lot of gaps between the buildings though, and this is something interesting. I'm not sure if this is that important, but it's something I can definitely notice here. Maybe we can actually take a look at someone else. Let's take a look at Sefku, because I really underestimated him after I saw the beginning, and I'd like to see if yeah. Unfortunately, I had a really good hunch, and it seems like this is a terrible army. Sorry, Sefku. I hope one day you get better. It hurts me to see this because it's not the first game it looks like this. You definitely have to focus on woodcutters and maybe one more quality, not sure, but definitely woodcutters were the problem on the in the beginning. I didn't even have to watch this game later on. I'm pretty sure that they were the problem, but I guess it's hard to say without going back in time. Also, the road work here is pretty bad, I gotta say. Like you can see, there's no buildings here, so everyone has to go around here. There's a pretty big roundabout here. I don't like this. Yeah, buildings in some strange spots. It's way better to build like this, like keep everything in one spot, unless you really have to. So he should have built his buildings like here, some woodcutters on the side, something like this. I mean, okay, because of these coal fields, he should probably build like this instead. But I would have to see the starting resources first, like where the trees were, because right now maybe I'm talking something which is not right. Yeah, so that's my analysis after the fact, but yeah, pretty bad, pretty bad. Anyway, let's take a look at his opponent. David Papagali, yeah, not too bad. Although, yeah, the amount of swords is really bad here. He's trying to compensate with 2 weapon smithies, so he should be fine in some time, but for the peacetime he's gonna have about 15. Nah, wait, maybe a bit more, maybe 20 swords. The leather amount is... it's nothing to write home about, but he's gonna have something solid, like maybe about 30 bows, 30 bowmen, and maybe 5 horses. Maybe not the greatest army, but might be okay. Progress. This is pretty nice actually. And not a lot of horses, but yeah, I mean the iron seems pretty interesting. Even if it's maybe let's compare it to stocky. Yeah, it's on a pretty similar level, like I felt. Although stocky has slightly more of the weapons, so yeah, but it's okay. Just I mean the amount of iron stuff is the same because he doesn't have the crossbows. He has slightly less of other stuff. Yeah, okay. It seems to be on par with what Progress has. Although slightly better leather and horses from Stocky. Well, but the base looks really strange. Just look at that. It's complete opposite of what I'm always talking about the bases and how they should look like. But it's working. I'm not saying it isn't. It's a pretty cool peacetime army. Just look at these farms in the middle of the base. And there's also some strange stuff here. Yeah, some gaps. It's not something I would like to see in my base. But it seems like Progress has no problem with this. But really, if it's working, who am I to judge? Gamer. Not too bad. Everyone seems to be a bit low on horses, and it seems like I'm lagging. Oh. And I have completely no idea what happens because this seems to be ping lag. But it doesn't affect OBS. Server, okay. Yeah, I was a bit surprised because I have pretty good internet connection. It's like one of the most important things in my life is to have a good internet. So, and I looked at the OBS and it seems green all the time, so it couldn't be me. Uh, it seems like but yeah, anyway, let's try to take a last look at some of the other bases here that we actually didn't take a look into. So the first look actually, and yeah, we're gonna change it. But yeah, gamer, not too bad. Although the iron is kinda meh. Vano Super. I like this base. Keeps to the principles I was talking about. Like it's everything on the right side and the farms on on the left and the farms on the right. So yeah, it could be a bit more swords, you know. But other than that, seems cool. Nice leather and horses amount. The last base we didn't see today, Sausage Party. Yeah, a bit lower horses. Other than that, pretty nice. The leather is obviously very good, but it's because he didn't really make any horses. Uh, yeah, I'd say the iron is okay. Could be way worse, I guess. It's okay plus, yeah. And let's take a very quick look at Stocky. I'll be lacking weapons, but it's really not a big deal. Pretty nice army for me. And first, something like 30-30, yeah, a bit better with the iron than I expected. Yeah, where's the vault? Okay, everyone's a bit afraid. What happens now? We're supposed to switch? Yeah. Whoa! Can you see this? Valosop has quit. But the game doesn't care. Lose your Shadow's Heart, okay. We go special attack. And we've got some trash on spec. But of course. Still waiting for Gamers, Sefki and Proclus. Oh, somehow we've got only one person watching on Twitch and 12 on YouTube. Interesting. Don't really remember exact amounts of the troops on both sides, but I think next someone should kick Black Pearl. yeah, totally impossible to notice that he's not gamer. Okay. Yeah, so far it seems like we don't have good luck for mm, for balanced games today because in my opinion the right side is a bit worse than left. But I guess we have to wait and see what happens after peace time. Greetings, Kyle Reigns. And yes, Trash, I also have no idea why you joined. Ah, game is here. Well, it's a funny way to see that Russians describe him as black in their own language. It's not something that we would do in Polish, for example. Like we never call him czarny, we call him blackie. Uh, I have a feeling that for Russians it's a bit more natural to translate nicknames. I mean, I kind of feel it's not the first time I see this, but for me it's a bit weird because, like I said, we tend to leave the English names. But you know, maybe I'm just talking about nothing, definitely nothing important. What's important is what happens after peacetime here. There's plenty of good scouting done here already by the builders. I wonder how they got here. Although I can kind of see, you can see there's a breadcrumbs most likely done by one of Stocky's builders, I guess. Well, I'm not sure there were Stockies, but it's possible, I guess. Anyway, we can see that some pretty nice scouting from the left side. A bit illegal scouting, you know, but Okay, seems like everyone seems to be preparing their positions. Yeah, I'm a bit curious about this front. Although, okay, I wanted to say that doesn't seem like Ivy Papagali has a lot of troops, but you can see that he still has a lot of weapons, even in the barracks, and already some bowmen outside there. He still needs some more swords, it seems. But yeah, the Sevki's army is the biggest bomber on the of the right side team, I think. Although he still is able to get out some troops, but yeah, it's slightly not good enough, I'm afraid. The horses could be pretty nice, but the rest is kinda lacking power. You know, this map feels quite big, so I gotta be pretty vigilant for what happens on the battlefield. Seems like the left side is slightly pushing. Thought Stocky is gonna do something, but okay, seems like Evil is just trying to get his position right. Sausage Party versus Vandersoup. It seems pretty powerful, this army. Mainly because there's a lot of shooters, and for a map as open as this one, it can actually be a pretty good thing to have so many shooters. Maybe even more important than making. Oh, that was unfortunate. Seems like Sausage Party caught first, and now they're gonna gangbang on that horse in the middle. It's probably. Okay, so let's go grab here. Shrez is gathering more and more troops, and I would be a bit too afraid of him if I was in Stocky's spot. Afraid enough to not attack is yet. Although Vanasup is a different story. It feels like a Sausage Party could even try to attack him, and I think it could be pretty good for Sausage Party. Still, another place where it would be way better to attack is definitely the top. If Papagali has nothing to wait for, unless he's afraid that he doesn't see the entire army. Yeah, they should definitely scout more and prepare an attack. But what can the right side do? They're pretty aware of what happens here. Yeah, they can see the entire armies of their enemy, so they're just gonna keep getting back, I guess. Oh, FQ is doing some maneuvers, maybe trying to lure Papagali into the abyss here. Perhaps FQ is counting on some sneaky catch, which could actually be pretty nice thing to happen. Yeah, this could be a nice catch if he didn't go back right now after seeing the horses. Yeah. Although, yeah, I don't know. Progress seems to be pushing a bit, but if these two guys would see what happens here. But they definitely need to scout a bit more. They don't see enough. And that's how I missed the fight on the bottom. Okay. Seems like Sausage Party is blocking off Vano pretty nicely, and Stocky is killing off him first. It seems like he wasn't afraid of him after all. Yeah, first is without a chance, and Vano has to do something, but he has no power, and I mean no power to kill Sausage Party. So it's all seems pretty bad for the right side team, and the top isn't much better. But Procus makes a pretty good decision now to try and attack the bottom. Would be way better if they would be able to wait a bit with this, but seems like Vanosup will have a really nice maneuver here. It might not work that well, but might kill quite some of these shooters here. And the progress already there, I think it might mean that yeah, Sefku is going back pretty hard, and it all depends on whether the right side, Progress Vano at first, I mean the bottom of that team, will be able to kill this off pretty quickly, and it seems it's possible. Okay, there's still some Sausage Party horses here, but Progress seems to be decimating Sausage Party's bows. No chance at all, although there's a little catch which might help a bit. Now Progi will likely go to the top. Yeah, I mean, Sefki is gonna go back as much as he can and gonna try to fight in the city. This can be interesting to see. Progus doesn't even follow up here, so Sausage Party and Stocky will be pretty dangerous on the bottom as well. So I think this is a bit of a mistake. I think Progus should try to... I don't know, it's kind of hard to say what to do because Sefku definitely can't... or maybe he can stand on his own. I think he really should divide these horses and try to go for a sneak attack here. Although low power also works pretty well. You can see that Sefki is defending really nicely inside of his own base. The only regret I have is that he should have probably divided these troops a bit. And no, right now they are getting shot at, and he could have used these horses a lot better. But you can see that he has a lot of troops left actually. He can easily kill off Evil Papagali and Gamer now. Whoa! Well done, Sefq. Well done. He had a smaller army than any of his opponents here, and he destroyed them 2 versus 1. Even if it was fighting in a city, it's still pretty interesting to see that he won. Obviously it's way easier to win a fight like this, but against 2 players it's still pretty impressive. You can see that Procus is doing his absolute best to kill off the left side on the bottom, and it seems like he's going to succeed most likely. Yeah, pretty good job in the fight, pretty good job from the right side team. And somehow Sefq is becoming the MVP as well. I mean, I don't understand why he's not going for this. He should have definitely done this before these troops arrived. It's a bit late now, but probably... Oh yeah, but Gamer's horses are coming. It seems like we missed something. Yeah. Okay. This is pretty bad. Yeah, but he should at least try to get out these troops. Come on, there's so many troops here. Proggy, really? Okay, this was a critical mistake. He could get out at least 10 or 15 troops from the barracks before they were destroyed. So I have no idea why he didn't even try to do this. Anyway, pretty interesting things happening here. Progi has to attack Sausage Party and at the same time defend his own base where he lost the barracks. In the meantime, I think Sefq is paying off for the mistake of not killing off Gamers and Evil Papagali's bows at the right time, and it seems like he's going to lose his base. Yeah. I was about to praise SafeQ for this game and the fighting he showed, but what he did here was really not good enough, at least. And now Progress will try to defend his own base, but the problem is it's way past the... yeah, 5 serfs left. Way past the moment when he can actually try to defend it. And now he's also losing on this side. I mean, it's not exactly losing. They're actually able to do something here, but they... yeah, I don't think they're gonna do this. Gamer is already here. Yeah, the moment has passed. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna lose. Was a pretty interesting fight, to be honest. There was a lot of things happening and everything was changing pretty quickly. I had no idea who's going to win this for quite a long while, but right now it seems like the right side is in a way worse situation. There's a lot of troops that were killed on the left here, but you can see that Gamer and Evil Papagali still have a lot of troops here. So yeah, roaming free through Progress's base, killing off Sepkus barracks, and at the same time helping out the teammates on the left side to kill off the last troops from Vano. It doesn't seem like the right side has any chance here. But if Progi can kill them off one by one, then at least this game can be a bit longer. Although I have my doubts if this will work. Yeah, I mean, he can if he can catch it. I think it was a mistake to start shooting them actually, because oh, interesting. Gamer is actually going to advance here. This is a pretty bad idea. He will get caught pretty soon and get shot at like hell. And you can see Progi is covering up himself pretty well. Either Gamer is like fighting on multiple fronts, or he's doing a really bad job here. But this will probably be enough to just kill off Progi's bowman. Seems like he went for these ones instead of trying to protect himself. Okay, seems like he's gonna catch this, but he's gonna lose a lot of troops there. I don't think Progi has a chance here, but yeah. Sefku seems to have completely like no serfs at all, and school is destroyed. Yeah, Sefku is not going to be able to do anything anymore in his base. So he's dead. But it's only a formality because Progress's base is already dead as well. Even if he has a lot of troops left, there's nothing he can do. It's interesting that nobody said GG yet, because it's not really possible to do anything at this moment for the right side. Unless, you know, if there was a base swap, if one of these bases was already dead on the left side, then it could be possible, but it seems like they're still fighting here. Interesting. Against all odds, it seems like first and Valsup want to try to kill off the enemy. A lot of troops were killed. I'm pretty sure that their kill statistics will be really good after this game. Especially when Sausage Party had about 50 something balls on peacetime, and all of them were killed at one point. It doesn't look too bad. somehow. But I'm pretty sure Gamer will come pretty soon because the top is already lost for... Would you look at that? Seems like Prog is trying to rebuild. It's gonna be slow for sure, but... yeah, if the Papagali is coming near... it's going to be impossible to defend both on the bottom and on the top. So I believe if Valiant first are able to kill off these troops right away, but the problem is they have less. Yeah, it ain't gonna work. Vanor doesn't know what he's doing, I think, with these horses. I really don't understand this plan there. Yeah, they're giving up. You can see it. I don't know why Prog is escaping from here. I would actually try to catch these horses and shoot them down as fast as possible. Right now, they're just gonna get inside the base and make more damage. But oh crap! I have no idea what I just did. Well. In the meantime, first and Super are going back to the base and trying to defend here. Somehow it looks like it might be working, but it's impossible to play 4 versus 3 like this. With actually, it's Progress is kind of playing like a half of a player, unless somebody on the left side has massive problems with their bases. I have no idea what could save the right side right now, but it's still interesting to see how hard they try to win this. Looks really bad for Progi now. This is not the worst spot to catch. Whoa, catch on the horses. This is pretty nice. Okay. I don't think Progi can live through this. Okay. Vano is still trying. I think the bottom could easily hold this off 2 versus 3 here, but the top is just too dead. But really pretty nice job from the right side in fights. Can't wait to see the stats. Yeah, progress. Look at these kills. But I expected a lot more kills from Vano and First from the bottom. It seems like Progress took out most of Sausage Party's bowmen. And Stockies probably as well. Okay, maybe they're going for a rehost from safe, but I'm not gonna look at it anyway. I think I'm too tired to continue streaming anything today. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna finish off right now. Anyway, yeah, so thanks for watching me today. We'll see what the next week will bring. Perhaps I'll stream some cooperation games or something like this. Yeah, thanks for watching and see you.